What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Caleb Williams right now. This guy, Caleb Williams, man, is in my opinion, is the truth, right? Now, last year, like looking at his rookie season last year, what he went through last year, I just thought that this guy, like, I didn't think he was gonna make it. I was like, he don't look like he ready. Like some of the mistakes that he made and some the way that he played last year, I was like, he don't look like he ready. Then this season starts, and you see some improvement in him, right? And so as the season go along, well, first of all, when you see improvement in him, you like, okay, all right, so look like he I don't know. He got his feet wet last year, and now he's ready to try and see what he can do this year. Then as the season go along, he's having more and more success. He's looking more like an NFL quarterback. Then the last couple weeks, man. I was like, not just the last couple weeks, even before that. Like I said, he looked like a really good quarterback. Like it looked like you was watching two different quarterbacks. Like if you compare last season to this season, it was like, you watching two quarterbacks. And I never seen a quarterback turn around his performances that fast. It's like gradually, you'll see somebody turn around the performances. And I thought early on, well, a lot of his success this year is because they have a good defense, which is true, and they have a solid running game. But these last couple games, man, this dude he stepped it up even more, and so they did lose in the playoffs in this overtime game that they just played, but nobody can say that it was because of Caleb Williams that that they lost. And as a quarterback, you don't want to be in a position where they say, well, you didn't step up and that's why the team lost. And he definitely did not put himself in that position. Especially that touchdown throw where he faded, he scrambled and was fading away from the defense when he hit that guy in the end zone to send the game into overtime. I'm like, man, this guy right here, yeah, he looked good. He looked real good this year. So now they was talking about on what show was this? The Odd Couple. Rob Parker and his partner, his co-host, was talking about this performance that Caleb put on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the audio from the Odd Couple. Then I'm gonna come back and give some more of my input on this guy, Caleb Williams.
But if you're a sports fan, and I'm just a sports fan, and you have not been caught up in the Caleb Williams heroics, magic, I know they call him the Iceman, the stuff that he's done, it's not often, Kelvin, that you'll watch a quarterback for 3 or 4 weeks and 2 or 3 of his throws are the greatest throws you've seen and that you can remember. Like that is where we are. We know the 4th and 8 throw against the Packers, their season was on the line. 4th and 8. If it's incomplete, the season's over. Last night, 4th and 4 at the 14. He runs backwards to the 40. He makes the throw. A 14-yard pass went 51 yards. Ridiculous. A 14-yard touchdown went 51 yards.
It was ridiculous.
All right.
I told you my brain glitched because it didn't. I was like, wait, what? Just that didn't make any sense. Am I tripping?
And if you go on Instagram, social media, and Ian, we have a couple of these things. I definitely – first, let's hear the call of this. And this is Mike Tirico on the call, right? I think that's who we have, right? No, it's not Mike Tirico.
We've got the radio call.
Okay, let's hear the radio call. We had Mike Tirico. We got it? All right. We want to do that. And then we're going to get some reaction from fans because you've seen those reaction videos, which are just every.
So, yeah, man, that touchdown pass that he threw, like Rob Parker said, man, from the 4th and 14. And it's not like they got after him on that play. And he went all the way back to the 40-yard line. And when I'm thinking that 4th and 14. All right, man. Yeah, you had a nice run. But he came through. He came through, and that's just crazy. That's just crazy. I want to hear this radio play though that they get ready to play with these guys.
When they've been going crazy for weeks now with Caleb.
Yeah, listen, the best part about it, if you're a Chicago Bears fan or just a fan of football, I brought up the equivalent to me is whenever the Knicks are really good in the NBA. Even if you don't like the Knicks, it's just good to see. You feel like, oh, that's awesome to see. And it's been just having Chicago and just the fans.
Even though it's such your arch enemy at the kind of thing.
You want to beat people at the best. You want the energy level, right? You want that. That's why you want the smoke between the Packers and the Bears. You want all of that.
All right, let's hear it.
Snap to Williams. Williams backing up, being chased, going way back now, back to his 40. Lofts a pass into the end zone. Cole Kmet caught the ball. Touchdown. Left corner of the end zone. My goodness, the Iceman did it one more time.
And
I think he still might have undersold it.
No, that's why I wanted the Tirico call, to be honest.
As great as that was.
Like that is okay. Mike Tirico's call was way better. That was the one I wish we would have heard, but it's all good. Let's hear now Ben Johnson talking about that throw.
The 4th down to tie it up, ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, you talk about that 4th and 8 from last week and how outstanding that was, and I think this one was probably even another level ahead of that. So there's some things that you just can't coach. He's got that about him. He's got a knack. He's clutch. He does so many good things. He's an eraser. I have plenty of bad calls each and every week, and he helps make it right for me. And I know he's feeling it because we didn't win and have some turnovers mixed in there, and he's feeling it. But he's one of those guys I'm talking about. We'll remember this feeling, and he's going to be stronger for it.
I like the way he called him.
That was crazy. That play was crazy, and it just go to show, man, that everybody else around or who was watching, like I said, a lot of people thought that, man, this kid gonna be out of the league real soon. And then you come back and had the kind of season that he had. Then not on top of that, then you come back and you have 2 games where you just bring your team back late in the game. Wow, it was crazy.
The racer, like he makes the coach makes a mistake.
By the way, I know where we're going with this segment. Right. So give me real quick. I did not like the game Ben Johnson called.
I agree.
Ben Johnson, you'll appreciate this. Ben Johnson was coaching as if he was coaching Jared Goff.
I agree.
And what I mean by that is just drop back, what's open, quick throw, okay, boom. He didn't give me any of the typical creativity. He didn't give me a lot of the screens he normally throws. And he didn't utilize what makes Caleb Williams great, the magic man and the Iceman, rolling out, bootlegs, RPOs, none of that. It was basic, just drop back, where the Rams could go, okay, they're just going to do this, and was able to lock him up again for like 3 quarters. And I was sitting there staggering, and Chris Collinsworth was starting to lose his mind. Like, why don't they run? I was waiting on this to happen. Right. Does he know who he is?
And it didn't happen.
At some point, Caleb Williams is going to learn, and I think it takes time. You've heard me say this a million times. Lamar has had it where you're showing your greatness as a quarterback. You forget, part of that makes you great is running. And I think when you get that perfect happy medium of, yes, I'll sit in the pocket when it's there, but I'm going to take off when it ain't, whether we caught it or not.
Right.
That's where it leads. And that's where Caleb will be his most scariest. Because I'm watching the game, and finally Chris Collinsworth can't take it anymore. He's like, hello. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, Ben Johnson is in his Jared Goff bag. Right. He, who he coached longer.
Right.
Because he's just like, drop back, do this, pass there. I'm like, there's no
Caleb.
RPOs.
That's not Caleb.
There's no fakes and go the other bootlegs. There's no quarterback draws. Dude, that's what makes him unbeatable. Because when he starts doing that. And so I was blown away. I'm losing my mind. And lastly, we've talked about this. I keep bringing it up for the last 10 weeks.
All right, let me say this about the way the coach or the offensive coordinator was calling the game. I think it was good, because people knock what's the guy name? Lamar Jackson, right? Because he's not, as far as being a pocket quarterback, like some of those pocket throws Lamar can't make. But when you watch when Caleb Williams played in the pocket in this game, that's good for his development going forward. That means that when he can't run, then he can stand in that pocket and make those throws, right? So I like that because you don't want a guy, just like if you look at Lamar, like if Lamar is not running, then he's not as effective. So, they lost that game, right? But Caleb Williams, he stood in there and he showed that he can play different ways. So cool, he can run, but he could also stand in that pocket and throw, just like the guy in with the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, he can run too. He'll take off and he'll run, but he can make those passes from the pocket. So that's good that you're developing him like that. It didn't work out this week for the for Chicago, but later on in the future, man, this guy right here, man, is man, Chicago got them a quarterback. Even when you look at the guy that's in with the Buffalo for the Bills, right? Quarterback, what is his name? Daniels. When you look at the quarterback for the Bills, he can run, but also he can stand in that pocket and make those passes. So I'm not really on a page where as though you can criticize the coach. Maybe he is trying to develop this kid for the future, but in crucial situations, you want this guy to be able to do more than just one thing. Like Lamar Jackson just tuck that ball and run. But sometimes, and people criticize him for that. Like, all right, man, y'all, sometimes stand in that pocket for that extra second or half second and find that guy coming across the middle or find that guy outside the numbers and hit him. So it'll be harder, I think, for teams to because you don't know if Caleb is going to run with the ball, and you don't know if he's going to stand in that pocket. So if you put a spy on him because you're not sure what he's going to do, then there's somebody else is going to be getting one-on-one coverage because you can't double team and spy him at the same time. But you don't have to with Lamar. You can spy Lamar and know that pretty much that's what he's going to do. If you got pressure on him, he's going to tuck and run. And so the spy, you got to spy on him. So I think it's good, man, for this guy to be able to stand in that pocket and make those throws. That's what all the great quarterbacks, like I said, can do that. And the fact that he's not running at this early age, this is like his second year in a career in the league, and he not taking off and running every time he feels some heat. He's not allowing the defense or the other team's defensive coordinators to dictate what he's going to do. He's not predictable like that. So I like that, man. But yeah, this guy put on a show his last couple games, really throughout the season, man. I enjoyed watching him throughout the season. I think that he already, in my opinion, he is going to be the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history, and I don't even think it's a stretch to say that. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.